Coming up on News Live at 6, the university is reevaluating masking policies. Our Citrus TV reporter Nicole Aponte is live with more on how these changes will affect classrooms.
An hour-long standoff inside a local convenience store last night ended with 2 people in handcuffs. Our Citrus TV reporter Jake Morel has more on how the community is responding.
And I'm here in studio with your local weather forecast. Live at 6 starts right now.
This is Citrus TV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
Last week, the university experienced a significant increase in COVID-19 cases. Good evening, I'm Perik.
And I'm Moriah Humiston. With just a few weeks left in the spring semester, the university has decided to review its COVID policies.
And new at 6, Syracuse University will return to code level blue tomorrow. Citrus TV reporter Nicole Aponte is live from the university tonight. Nicole, how is the campus community reacting to this change?
John Moriah, a classroom like this one, it's empty right now, but starting tomorrow, everyone in this classroom is going to have to mask up. Now, this is because the university is going to change their masking level from COVID level yellow to COVID level blue. So what does this mean for people like you and me? So for a vaccinated individual, masks are required in a classroom like this one, but when you're outdoors or indoors around others, masks are strongly recommended. Now, for those that are unvaccinated, nothing changes. Masks are still required anywhere you go on campus. Now, the students that Citrus TV spoke with today, they're all disappointed that this has to happen, but for sophomore Nicole Smith, she says she understands where the university is coming from.
Definitely disappointed and upset, just because it felt so nice to finally be maskless, and it felt like I was kind of more part of the community.
According to the university, this decision was made due to the rise in COVID-19 cases across campus, which is consistent with the trend in our county. Last week, the CDC expanded masking regulations for Onondaga and Oswego counties to include an additional 8 counties across central New York. With final project and exams, commencement exercises, and end-of-the-year activities, the campus is required to mask up once again. In the campus-wide email today, Vice Chancellor Michael Haney says this rise in cases is likely due to the subvariants of the Omicron variant. Now, these strains were actually originated in the county just a few weeks ago. Citrus TV originally spoke with Newhouse professor Dan Pacheco when the campus transitioned to COVID level yellow right after spring break. Today, he's surprised but understands why he has to mask up in the classroom once again.
I think that I think it makes sense that the university is going to code blue now, just for the numbers. I mean, they've pretty much stuck with the rules that the procedures that are set up, which are all based on CDC recommendations.
So the university says that this process is not individual. It's actually a campus-wide effort. Now, to deal with COVID-19, the university also says that you have to be patient and flexible. And they've also given us some public health recommendations to monitor your symptoms, get tested, and know what to do if you do test positive. But for now, in this classroom, starting tomorrow, you're going to have to mask up. We're live from Newhouse tonight. I'm Nicole Aponte, Citrus TV News. Guys, back to you.
Nicole, thank you. As we near the end of the spring semester, the university is starting to finalize their summer construction plans. University Vice President and Chief Facilities Officer Pete Sala says one of the main focuses of construction will be residence halls. According to Sala, the Haven Hall bathrooms will be converted from communal to single user. Del Plain Hall dorm rooms on floors 1 through 5 will also be renovated. Other projects include the Marshall apartment complex and Bird Library.
And today, Syracuse University kicks off its first annual Disability Pride Week. The week begins with the opening of Disability Pride Space located in Bird Library, which showcases disability culture and history. The rest of this week will include activities and events to celebrate and learn from people with disabilities, hosted by various diversity and disability associations on campus.
Police presence is not enough to deter potential shooters, as this weekend's Armory Square shooting proves. To help lessen gun violence in Syracuse, Mayor Ben Walsh says the city is planning to use the gun buyback program that has had success before. And most importantly, the city plans to be more proactive than reactive in order to help the community stay safe from gun violence.
And gas prices are on the decline this week. The average gas prices in the Syracuse area hit $4.20 Monday morning. Consumers could expect even lower prices soon as Onondaga County lawmakers voted on Friday to cap the county's gas tax at 12 cents a gallon.
Now on the streets of Syracuse tonight, there's an Uber driver who claims he's found the key to kindness, and it begins one Jolly Rancher at a time.
Driving around the streets of Syracuse, there's an Uber driver with a name that might raise a few eyebrows. He has a license plate that will certainly turn some heads, and it's no surprise the police are chasing after him.
License and registration, sir.
I pulled him over and then he gave me donuts. He's like, "Sorry, officer, donut?" And then I let him go.
Brittany Gillette is both a police officer as well as the daughter of Troy Boyer, who many Syracuse students know as the Candyman.
When I was first training and I was with an officer, he thought it was a little creepy. He actually pointed out the car to me and he was like, "Look at this car, Candyman, it's creepy, you know?" And I was like, "That's actually my dad."
Troy's story began in the back seat with a bag of Jolly Ranchers, which led to a few stickers, skeletons, and ultimately an unhappy wife.
So I'm home putting the stickers on the side of my car, and my wife comes out, and she's just like, "Oh no, you are not leaving a car in our driveway called the Candyman. You know, you're crazy, whatever." And I'm like, "Well, it's for the Cuse, and I'm doing it for the Cuse." And I won that fight because I've always had a Candyman car in my driveway, so that's one fight I think I ever won with my wife.
A win that has touched the lives of almost everyone he meets.
Best Uber in the world, man. Yeah, I gotta check him out.
He always puts a smile on our face and checks up on anyone who needs anything. So he's a really, really awesome guy.
He's not in it for the money. No, for Troy, it's all about
The love. Nothing other than the love that everybody shows me up here.
As for the money, well, it's mainly spent at one place.
Sour Patch Kids. Huge. Airheads. Huge. Now remember,
Troy Boyer loves Syracuse, and Syracuse loves Troy Boyer so much that he once received a $500 tip for a 9-minute Uber ride. But if you ask him what his favorite tip was,
honestly, it was 50 cents from a guy I picked up over at Ackerman one night, or I dropped off at Ackerman. You know, he lays 50 cents down on my armrest. And he's like, "This kid, man, I know I got to tip you, but man, I'm a college student. I don't have any money." I said, "Dude, take your 50 cents. I don't want your money. I don't ever want your money. As a matter of fact, I'm going to refund your ride."
Troy's genuine love for the Syracuse community comes from deep inside.
Really good dad. He's very, very caring, and he's the peacemaker in our family. He's the glue to our family, so yeah, he's a good person, definitely a good dad.
And that's who Troy truly is.
I'm always going to be a dad.
Troy Boyer was born to be a father, making sure everyone gets home safe, with a few Jolly Ranchers in their pockets. Tonight in Syracuse, John Perik, CitrusTV News.
John, thank you. Happening here on campus, DPS is continuing to investigate burglaries in off-campus neighborhoods. The most recent incidents were reported on Ostrom, Euclid, and Comstock Avenue. In a campus-wide email sent over the weekend, officials are reminding students to secure their belongings at their residences before leaving and to take the following steps. Many of the incidents this semester occurred when alleged burglars entered properties through unlocked windows and doors. No incidents involving forced entry have been reported.
And not even the time of the year can stop a classic Syracuse winter storm. A day after Easter, winter storm warnings have been issued for much of upstate New York, going into effect this evening. Syracuse is expecting to get 6 inches of snow to accumulate through the night and into tomorrow morning. And any snow is likely to wind down Tuesday morning after temperatures warm up.
Now, John, I remember last week we were talking about how it was 70 degrees and perfect springtime weather, and here we are talking about winter storm warnings.
I thought we were in the clear. What? It's like almost three weeks till summer?
I know. And Peyton Spellacy is here to tell us more about this Syracuse weather. Peyton?
You guys, Easter was so nice yesterday. I was so excited. We were outside. It's almost like Syracuse tricks us a little. You know, it wasn't too hot yesterday, but everyone was pretending like it was the most gorgeous day ever. And unfortunately, I'm here to announce that we're going to see some more snowy days coming up here in Syracuse. But currently, right now, it's 49 degrees. We're expecting a few rain showers starting right now at around 6 p.m. And we're going to see some 5 to 10 mile per hour winds. Now, like you mentioned, we are going to see a winter weather advisory tonight. They just talked about it a little bit. So it's going to end tomorrow at noon, but it's starting right now. The snow is going to be wet and heavy. We're going to see some possible power outages, and traveling will be difficult. So if you're walking outside tonight, please be careful. Bundle up, and if you're traveling on the road, again, take it extra slow because it's going to be slippery and dangerous outside. Now, taking a closer look at tonight at around 9 p.m., it's going to be 40 degrees. We're seeing that 100% chance of rain and that snow that's going to be starting at 10. Again, the weather is going to be pretty treacherous tonight, so be careful if you're out and about. That's all I have for you guys right now. Back to you.
Peyton, thank you. When we return, InfoWars is filing for bankruptcy. We'll have more on what led to the website's downfall.
At least 7 are dead in Lviv following a Russian missile attack this morning. We'll have the latest on the incident. Stay with us.
Eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Now back to Citrus TV News live at 6 with Moriah Humiston, John Perik, Peyton Spellacy, Ronnie Perillo, and Jake Morel. Citrus TV News, your campus news leader.
Last night, a standoff just a half-mile away from campus on Wescott Street lasted almost an hour and a half. Our reporter Jake Morel is live outside the store where it happened with more. Jake?
Moriah, John, good evening. I'm here outside the Convenience Mart and Smoke Shop at 507 Wescott Street, indeed a half-mile away from campus where a police standoff happened last night. The first call went out to dispatchers at around 8:45 p.m. reporting a man walking his dogs with a gun. Now, shortly after this, dispatchers sent SPD officers to the scene after reports of a man barricading himself, one woman, the store clerk, and the dogs that he was walking inside of the store right behind me. Now, SPD responded to this with 20 SPD officers, a SWAT team, as well as a helicopter. Around 9:45 p.m., 3 officers and a negotiator approached the store. Shortly after this, around 10 p.m., after almost an hour and a half of the standoff, a man and a woman were brought out in handcuffs. As the woman was being placed in a squad car, she was heard yelling, "We were only trying to walk our dogs." After arresting the two suspects, SPD recovered a gun at the scene, as well as the dogs that the suspects were walking. There were no injuries, and only one suspect is still in custody, a 45-year-old man that SPD has not yet identified. Today, we spoke with one of the building owners about what we saw.
It took time. He was ranting and screaming, coming out every few minutes and screaming at the police by himself, but two people were still inside, I guess his girlfriend and the hostage, the store owner. And that's, I guess, what the most worry was, if any harm would come to him, because I even offered to go in there. I mean, I figured the guy would just be nervous.
The store owner is unharmed and is back to work today, but he declined to comment when we asked him. Reporting live on Wescott Street for Citrus TV News, I'm Jake Morel. Moriah, John, back to you guys.
Jake, thank you. The conspiracy theory website InfoWars is filing for bankruptcy. This while website founder Alex Jones faces defamation lawsuits over comments stating that the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting was a hoax.
In its court filing, InfoWars says it had estimated less than $50,000 or less in assets and estimated liabilities of $1 million to $10 million. Creditors listed in the filing include the 20 children and 6 educators killed in the 2012 school massacre.
And Pittsburgh police say shots fired at a house party early Sunday left 2 17-year-olds dead and 8 people wounded. Police Chief Scott Schubert says hundreds of people, majority of them being minors, gathered at a short-term rental property when an altercation occurred around 12 in the morning.
According to Schubert, shots were fired both inside and outside the rental home. The 2 victims died later at the hospital, and the 8 injured received treatment for gunshot wounds or other injuries.
And moving to the latest internationally, at least 7 people are dead after Russian forces launched missile attacks on the western city of Lviv earlier today. The city has become a major gateway for NATO-supplied weapons and foreign fighters joining the Ukrainian cause.
The attacks came as Russia continued building up troops in the east and south. The preparations are for the expected start of a new ground offensive in the Donbas.
And I'll be here in studio with your 5-day forecast. Stay with us.
My big man fingers are having a problem with these little tiny buttons.
Whoa, watch it there. Your blood pressure's gonna go through the roof.
Tell me about it. I'm trying to learn how to get it down. Instead, it keeps going up.
High blood pressure can increase the risk for heart attack or stroke. Learn how to keep yours at a healthy range.
Ever hear a voice command? Just say text barbershop to 97779.
That's not what I said.
Just give me that. Now my blood pressure's up.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
From the Citrus TV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Welcome back to Live at 6. Right now we're looking at the current temperatures in the area. As you can see, we're resting around the 50s. Elmira is right there, that outlier at 34 degrees. And I just wanted to show you right now while we're looking at the map where this weather advisory is going to be. It's going to start sort of right up here in Fulton, come down here around Cortland, and end up there in Rome. So it's right about this section. So these Rochester, Pinion, Ithaca, Binghamton, and Elmira aren't going to see the winter weather advisory, but they are still going to get some rain and some snow, just not as badly as that area. Now, taking a look at our 5-day forecast, unfortunately temperatures are rising, but we are going to see some rain starting tomorrow. We're going to see some rain and some snow later in the evening. It's going to be a high of 42 with a low of 35. We're going to see some AM clouds with some PM sun on Wednesday. So Wednesday night might be pretty nice with a high of 51 and a low of 36. Thursday, we're bringing back the rain, unfortunately, but it's Syracuse. What can you expect? With a high of 56 and and a low of 43, Friday, we're going to see mostly sunny again with a high of 58 with a low of 38, which is going to be super nice Friday. Most people don't have classes here in Syracuse. It's going to be a great day to go outside, hang out on the quad with your friends. But then, unfortunately, on Saturday, in the afternoon, we're going to see some rain again with a high of 55 and a low of 44. Unfortunately, I looked into next week too. Not much better news. We're going to see again that pattern of a lot of sun and a lot of rain. But that's all I have for you right now. John, what's happening in sports?
Coming up in sports, Peyton, I know April 20th is a big day and a big deal for a lot of people, but don't sleep on April 19th. I'll tell you why. It could be a big day and a day that's remembered forever after the break.
What's this? That's my resignation letter. You're resigning. Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you eat stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit. I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me. Okay. But remember, it's not what you say. It's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Got a quarter?
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome to my house. Lately, not my happy place. Everybody's pretty tired of each other. The parents were not themselves. My little brothers were morphing into small creatures. The walls were closing in. Clearly, a case of too much family, too close, 24/7. And there's a lot of that going around right now. If this sounds like your house, try going someplace new. YourLifeYourVoice.org. You'll find lots of ideas to help you handle the family stresses of being confined to close quarters. YourLifeYourVoice.org. It might not get you out of the house, but it could help you find a little more breathing room.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
For the first time in about a month, there is finally some movement in the top 5 of college women's lacrosse. Welcome into sports. I'm John Eaves. There was a lot of chaos around the ACC over the weekend, and it's caused some moving and shaking amongst the nation's elite teams. Now, one thing that didn't change is North Carolina's placement at the top. However, Duke upset Boston College over the weekend to move inside the top quarter of the IWLCA rankings. While the Blue Devils move up to 5, the Eagles descend to 3rd. Amidst the shuffling, Northwestern slides up to the 2nd spot. One team that didn't move, at least for this week, is Syracuse. The Orange took down both Cornell and Louisville last week and now sit at 12-3. SU has an opportunity to enter the top 3 if it can take down BC this weekend. But before the Cuse heads to Chestnut Hill, it has its dome finale against UAlbany. The Great Danes round out non-conference play by taking the 2-hour trip west on I-90 to meet the Orange. Now for Syracuse, this is something of a tune-up game before its huge regular season finale against number 3 Boston College. But the storylines are aplenty in this matchup. Not only is SU clashing with an in-state foe, but Emily Harris-Chuck has a chance to rewrite history. The grad student enters Tuesday's matchup with 258 career goals. The attacker needs just 3 more to pass her head coach Kayla Trainer for the most scores in program history. Catch the game tomorrow afternoon to find out if Harris-Chuck had set the new Syracuse standard. Opening draw control is set for 4. In the professional ranks, second-seeded Boston held on for dear life in a 115-114 win over 7th-seeded Brooklyn in Game 1. The Nets outscored the Celtics by 10 points in the fourth quarter, but came up just a bit short in the loss. Kyrie Irving led all scorers with 39 points on 6 of 10 shooting from the perimeter. Kevin Durant chipped in 23 points, but he turned the ball over 6 times, which was the most of any player that touched the floor in the TD Garden. So Boston leads the series 1-0. Game 2 is slated for Wednesday at 7. On the diamond, the news isn't much better if you're both a Nets and Yankees fan. The Bronx Bombers imploded in the 8th inning against the Orioles yesterday. Baltimore tallied all 5 of its runs in the bottom of the penultimate frame. Jonathan Loaisiga was responsible for 4 of those runs in his lone inning of work. The relief pitcher is charged with his first loss of the season. On the offensive side, the bats were rather quiet. Aaron Judge was 0 for 3 and struck out twice in the shutout loss. The Orioles took the 3-game series with the win. Next up for New York is a date with the Tigers in the Motor City tomorrow night. So with the Yankees off today, there's no baseball tonight for the Empire State teams. The Mets-Giants series opener was postponed due to inclement weather. The game will be made up tomorrow as part of a doubleheader. Action from Citi Field gets underway at 3:10.
Well, John, thank you. And when we return, Citrus TV's Peyton Spellacy will be in studio with your wake-up weather. Stay with us.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hi, welcome back to Citrus TV. Right now we're looking at your wake up weather. It's going to be about 33 degrees tomorrow at around 9 a.m. and we're expecting snow starting tonight at around 7 p.m. all the way to 11 a.m. tomorrow. That's going to be here in Syracuse, acclimate to 1 to 3 inches of snow. So if you're out and about, make sure to bundle up because it's going to be cold, you guys. I'm just not excited for the snow tomorrow whatsoever, but it's Syracuse. We got to deal with it. That's all I have for you guys for weather.
Hey, and I'm not excited for the snow either, but what I am excited for is my post-show snack. It's all I can be thinking about right now as we wrap up Live at 6.
Yeah, no, I'm actually really hungry right now, and thankfully we have the best executive producer the world could ever imagine. Today's National Animal Cracker Day, and our amazing, beautiful, talented executive producer, Maddie Stelk, walked to the vending machine across the studio and purchased a bag for us to celebrate. You know, it's just a great day to be alive.
And I haven't had animal crackers, I think, since elementary school. What about you guys?
More of a trail mix guy. I think that's an underrated snack,
yeah.
But yeah, definitely as a kid.
Yeah, I was a big animal cracker girl myself. I mean, what's your favorite animal? I would say like mine is like a lion, I think.
Oh, my favorite animal is a giraffe.
Let's see if I can.
Oh, I love the ferret and the cat and the penguin.
Here?
Those are my favorite.
Oh, I got a lion. There we go. Perfect.
You ever have one of those like big tubs full of them and you just like take a handful every now and then?
It's perfect. Well, that's all the time we have today on Citrus TV News.
For more of the latest, follow us on Citrus TV News on Twitter or check out our website at citrustv.com.
For all of us at Citrus TV News, I'm Moriah Humiston.
And I'm John Perik. Take care, Syracuse.